Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Friday. Yay, yay, yay. It's Friday. So welcome back. We are doing another day in Becoming She Who Handles Business, the live series. My name is Shamandria, and of course, I am super excited that you are here on this magnificent Friday. So today, I wanted to come to you, of course, as we are on this journey of becoming She Who Handles Business. And we've been sharing about this woman that we're becoming, the woman who is profitable in her business, the woman who is a woman of God and is building a legacy business that serves her well, that allows her to be profitable, that allows her to have peace, that allows her to have prosperity and joy while she's balancing all the things of life, while she's walking out this faith journey of entrepreneurship. She's a mom, maybe she is a not just a business owner, but she's taking care of her family, she's taking care of her other obligations that God has placed on her plate, and she's doing it from a place of excellence and doing it well. So today I wanted us to talk a little bit about knowing your strengths. Okay, so I identify the woman that is she who handles business as a woman who is very clear and very aware of who she is. She's aware of her talents. She's aware of not only her strengths, but also her weaknesses as well. And this is so important in anything when it comes to business or when it comes to life. It's so important because if I make a decision to show up in a certain way or a certain capacity, it's so much easier. Hi, Shavon. It's so much easier for me to do that and to show up efficiently and effectively when I am doing it from a place of my strength. So I was reading one of the books that we just read in February in the She Handles Business membership is the 7 Millionaire Success Habits. It's not 7, it's the Millionaire Success Habits. And in this book, I remember him mentioning that instead of us trying to fix all of the weaknesses, we should be playing on our strengths. And so that's so important because in business, we hear tons and tons of strategies, right? I talked a little bit yesterday about how you can hear strategies from so many different people, but it's important that you are able to hear wisdom from God so that you can be able to know what should be implemented for your specific business, because every strategy that you hear does not mean that it's always going to work with you or work for you. And I was speaking to a client earlier today, and we were talking about the fact that we have to make sure that we are executing business in a way that aligns with who we are and what we love and how we like to serve. I see people all the time in business burned out because they're trying to build a business. Hi, Amber. Welcome, welcome, welcome. They're trying to build a business that works for the person next door, or works for the guru that they're following, or it works for the other people. Hi, Clustine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we're trying to build businesses that are working for other people, but that may not be how you're called to show up, right? If I built a strategy for a friend not too long ago, right? And she made it very clear that she does not like to coach. Now, she is an absolute expert in her own right. Everything that she is doing in reference to her business, she is an expert in it. She's been doing it for a while. But she was very clear on the fact that she does not like to coach, right? And we have to understand the things that we like, because when we start to build businesses in a way that don't support our own gifts, our own talents, the way that we like to show up, then we cause ourselves to be running a treadmill, running on the treadmill trying to get to a certain destination, but you're running against who you are. You're running against how you love to show up, and it causes you to be drained, right? I know and understand that. I love understanding how systems and processes work. I love understanding the strategy behind a business and how it flows and how to make it more efficient. However, it took me a very long time to accept the fact that I do not like to build and do the implementation when it comes to the operations of business. I love sitting down and figuring out, how do we make this more functional, because I am a problem solver at heart. I love being able to give people more of their time freedom and allowing them to be able to own their space authentically. However, I don't want to come in and set up Dubsado. I don't want to come in and write all the SOPs out, but I know for a fact that I can lead and empower you, your team members. I can provide templates and strategies on how to make your business more efficient, and I can partner with someone who can come in that now I can pull in people onto my team that can show up in the places that I don't like to show up. We have to be very clear on our strengths and how we love to show up in business so that we can stop working against ourselves. And so a woman who's handling business is a woman that's showing up efficiently. So here's one thing that I feel like I can say 100% that I've experienced. I've experienced spaces in my business where I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm super excited about this, and I'm showing up. I'm executing this well. I'm executing this from a place of excellence. I'm enjoying the process of executing this. It's filling me up and it's exciting. And then there are other spaces in our business where it's like pulling teeth for me to be able to get this done. And I was wondering why, if I know the end result and I know my why, I know why I'm doing this. I know the end result not only for myself if I show up this way, but I also understand the end result for the people that I'm serving and how transformative this will be. Why is it that I find myself in certain areas of my business where it's just really hard to show up in those ways? And I realized that there were spaces that I was not acknowledging who I am authentically. I wasn't acknowledging my own personal strengths and my own weaknesses. And because of that, it's like pulling teeth and working backwards. But now I am very clear on that. Okay, so when it comes to things that allow me to see people, engage with people, acknowledge people, everybody that's here right now, those type of environments, I thrive in well. Why? Because I immediately can see who I'm serving, and I am passionate about the people that I'm serving, right? But then in other situations like editing podcast episodes, right? I love to do a recording with a podcast guest. Absolutely love it. But then when it comes to actually editing the podcast episodes, that's a challenge for me. Why? Because then it's no longer, the building of the episode is about that person, but in that specific moment of editing that podcast is not. And so in those areas where I am not directly working with someone, in those areas where I'm not directly seeing the person who is benefiting and able to experience them and transform them right away, I know that those are places within my business that I have to get support and I have to get help and I have to set processes in place so that I can be able to be more efficient. What does it look like to set processes in place so that I can be more efficient? One, mapping out all the tasks that need to get done within that portion of my business. Sitting down and saying, okay, I'm struggling with this podcast. Let me be realistic. I'm struggling with this podcast. What are all the steps that need to happen in order for me to release a podcast episode? Mapping those things out, writing down each and every step, then acknowledging where are the spaces that I love to show up in reference to this. What are the things that I love to do and that I can do with my eyes closed, right? Those are the things that you're going to want to highlight. What are the things that I necessarily don't like to do, but I'm the only person who can do it, right? Because there's going to be certain things in your business that you may not love so much. However, it seems as if you're the only person who can do that in your business because it requires your expertise, it requires your knowledge, it requires your specific talent to be able to do that. And be real with yourself. Sometimes we think that certain things are things that we can only do, and there are things that can be delegated, but we choose to hold on to that space because we have this mental belief that no one else can do it as good as I can. And so you have to be very, very realistic in this area to say, hey, what are the things that someone else could potentially do if they were talented in this area? And then what are the things that only I can do because of my brand, because of my business, okay? Then we also have to identify, okay, what are the steps that I can delegate to someone else? So we got the things that I absolutely love to do and I do well. Then we have the things that I may not like to do as much. However, I'm not sure if someone else can take this place. It will require a high level person to come in and be able to replace me in this area. And then the third one is, what are the things that 100% I can take this off my plate, I can delegate it, I can allow somebody else to come in and help me in that space, and it's going to allow me to stop being the bottleneck. It's going to allow me to stop procrastinating in this area. It's going to allow me to stop avoiding the whole process because of this one specific space in my business, right? Or this one specific space in the process. And so once you identify that and you're clear on it, whether you have the money to start delegating and bringing in a person right now or not, that process starts way before that, right? So, or it starts way before you actually bring the person on. So being aware of what are the spaces that I can delegate. And the last one is being aware of what are the things that I can delete. Because there are sometimes steps within your process that are causing you to delay, and they're causing you to be a bottleneck in the process. However, they're not even necessary. So an example, using my podcast for another example, there were emails that I was sending out to certain people within different steps of the process. And I recognized that sending out these emails, excuse me, yes, it's great to communicate, but the people that I serve the most, they're extremely busy. And being inundated with emails really doesn't even serve them well. And then on top of that, it's causing me to feel like I've dropped the ball when I am not as efficient with sending out this email. And so that was an area that I could delete from the process by creating one template that allows them to have all the information. And most of the time when I communicate with people that are coming to my podcast, the people that I have the best relationships with, they are people that I'm talking to on social media. And so it's easier for them to just get this one document that's really quick, short and simple to the point in their DM, and they're able to say, okay, cool, I know exactly how I need to prepare. That release something for them, because then they're not overwhelmed with trying to figure out all the things that they need to be able to be ready for my podcast. And then it took something off of my plate that I did not necessarily have to execute, because it wasn't mandatory. It wasn't actually adding value to my customer experience or the journey that they were taking with becoming a part of my podcast or being my podcast guest. And so there's going to be things that you do on your own that you absolutely love. There are going to be things that you may have to do that you don't necessarily love until someone else can replace you in that area. There are going to be things that you can bring someone else in and they can take that space in your business and you can delegate to them. And then there are going to be some things that you can simply delete that are causing you to delay in your business. But all of these stem from understanding your strengths, not just your strengths, understanding what you like and what fills you up and what makes you excited. It's okay for us to say, I don't like doing this in my business. I don't like showing up in that area in that way. I don't like coaching people, or I love coaching people, so I'm not talking about me. I don't like one-on-one, or I don't like group, or I don't like sending emails, or I don't like. It's okay to be aware of the spaces in your business that you don't like, because then you can figure out what process, what system, what person can I implement in my business, can I bring into my business that allows these parts of my business to be automated, to be streamlined, to operate so that it does not drain me. You don't have to do absolutely everything. Even if you're not making the amount of money that you are wanting to make right now. Even if you're in the journey, you don't have to do everything. There are things that you can automate with systems. There are things that you can automate with just having your process very clear and laid out. And then there are things that you can also automate by bringing other people in to help and support you. And there's things that you can just completely take off the chart, right? I'm not doing that anymore. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. It's Friday, so I didn't want to, come and give a whole bunch of stuff, but I want us to start being aware of our strengths and the things that we like and enjoy in our business. Because if you're going to become a woman that's handling business with peace and prosperity and joy, you have to be aware of the things that bring you joy. And you have to be able to protect your peace and protect your joy and protect your mind and your well-being by operating your business in a way that fills your cup. I don't believe that our businesses, and I say this all the time, I don't believe that our businesses were given to us by God to have us burned out, overwhelmed, and overworked. However, we have a job, we have a duty to execute our businesses in excellence, and we get to do that in a way that we can enjoy. And we get to do that when we start implementing the processes that allow us to work more efficiently. We get to do that when we have people that come along to support us, when we delegate, and when we also have systems and things that can help us to streamline. But that's all I wanted to share today. I hope that was a blessing, a quick blessing to you on this Friday. Start thinking about the areas of your business that you feel like have some bottlenecks in it. Where are some delays in your business? Where is there strife? Because here's the thing, if you have an area in your business that causes you anxiety because you just don't like to show up in that way, then the way you show up when you do, it's not going to be done from a place of overflow, and it's not going to be done from a place of joy and peace. And your clients start to feel that. They start to experience that because you have this level of frustration and you have this level of anxiety that's associated to that specific part of your business. That just means that it's time to shift. It's either time to shift how you're offering your services, or it's time to shift that back end, those things that I highlighted a minute ago, right? So be aware that you are in control of your business. You are in control of your life. You are in control of this journey, and you can make it be whatever you desire it to be. It does not have to be a stressful thing, but we have to be first aware. And that's aware of our strengths, and that's aware of our desires, not just your clients. We focus so much of our business around our clients' needs, and that is absolutely important. But if you are depleted, burned out, overwhelmed, you can't serve them well. Okay, so I hope that this was a blessing. Hope that you have an amazing weekend. Remember, we have this series happening the entire month. I've even questioned about extending it longer or doing a limited series around this. So keep posted on that. But check me out again on Monday as we continue this series. And if you are not already a part of the She Handles Business community, this is my personal invitation to you right now. Go ahead and click the link that is attached to this and get into our community. The She Handles Business community is a space of women entrepreneurs. We are building businesses. We are building our legacies. We're doing it in a place, in a way that allows us to be profitable and have the income and the time freedom that we desire. But we are also doing it in a place where we get to collaborate with each other. We get to support each other. We get to be transparent about our journey and motivate each other. We get to learn from each other, and it's just really a great environment. So I invite you to click on the link and join us in the She Handles Business membership, and I will see you all on Monday. Have an amazing weekend, and remember, you can handle it. Talk to you soon.